What's going on? It's Amboy Philippines channel once again, and this is a special video. We're not going through the series of the Hugot series right now, the Hugot Talk series. Just paying more tribute to my late grandmother, my late Lola. Um, as I told you guys, if you guys watched the video yesterday, she was the best cook I've ever known. Um, when I was, when I was a young boy and in my teenage years and into my young adult, all I knew from her was her cooking. She would cook every day, very masipag, sobrang masipag magluto. So when I was a little boy, when I was a little boy, yung first time she was there, um, people would tell her or people would tell my mom then, um, bakit ako? Ang payat, sobrang payat. And look at me, it's contradicting, di ba? Um, bakit siya, bakit niya ang payat, sobrang payat. Kinakain niyo ang payan. um, pinapakain. Ah, I just remember those times. It's crazy how to think that I wouldn't think that she would, be gone. Um, because she was there for most of my life. Especially when you're a little kid, whoever's close to you is a great influence in your life, and my Lola was one of them. So today, I am going to be sharing the top 10 foods that I loved and that she cooked and she introduced to me in my life. Um, yeah, she was the one that introduced to me the best food of ever, all time, Filipino food. If it wasn't for her, I would have known Filipino food as good as it is. You know, when I was a when I was young, my parents would go to well, we would go to the mall, and I remember that yeah, we would eat Filipino food, you know. But my nanay, she didn't know how to cook, during those times. So we would go out and in the weekend, we would go to the mall and we would eat Filipino food, either Goldilocks or we would go to Max Fried Chicken, um, you know, all those good places um, there in the San Francisco area. And in the weekdays, they would be working, and um, if they couldn't, they didn't know how to cook. My dad, or they didn't have time to cook, so my mom would just order pizza and all that. So I just want to share with you guys the top 10 foods that my Lola introduced to me and was the best. The best. I'm telling you, the best. I'm telling you this because my friends, not even Filipino, they knew my grandmother's cooking when I was a kid. Okay. Yeah, it's the best. Okay. So I want to share with you number 10. I want to start right now. Is this is funny because number 10 is this is uh you know basic Filipino food. It's pancit. But the thing is, even though this was number 10 on my list right now, on the bottom on my list, this was the favorite food of other people of other people when she cooked. And um I could tell you right now, she would have made a lot of money because a lot of people would order, a lot of people would request this from her. And I remember one time, I remember one time I was a teenager or something. I forget. I don't know how old I was, and we were going to a party, and there was a big tray of pancit, and I had to carry it, and got down to the stairs, or I forgot where we were at that time. Um, I dropped the whole pancit or half of the pancit. Oh my gosh. My mom was mad at me, or whoever was mad at me, or my aunts, or yeah. And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I just did that, because that was just a request. That was just an order. Who I could tell you guys that her pancit was one of the best. It's actually, yeah. Even though it's in my bottom 10, but I could tell you, bar none, it was the best. Um, Number 9, her sinigang. Her sinigang was really good. It was really sour, and yeah, even though it was not one of my favorite dishes, um, but it was really good. Um, Sinigang is good. I've tried it here. I've tried it over there in the States. But it was never my favorite, and that's why I have it here as number 9. Um, and yeah, and her sinigang was really, really good. I could tell you that. Number 8. A lot of people don't like this, or a lot of people don't eat this. But I loved it when she cooked it. It was spicy. Um, all the Inglesia people there watching my stuff here. It is dunugoan. So if you guys don't know what dunugoan, or if you guys are from America, if you guys don't know the Filipino culture, it's or even the British culture, it is pork blood. So it's a stew, it's a soup, it's with pork blood. It's actually, yeah, with pork blood. Some of us call it chocolate meat or something like that. A lot of people is just, they can't fathom the of thinking of it. When she actually cooked, I never thought of pork blood, but whenever I tasted this, and it was, somewhat spicy. I think when I was a kid, it was okay to me. I didn't really think of it all. But when I got into the teenager days, that's when I started to appreciate it, and actually, just pour it all over my rice. Yun, ayos na. Okay, so it was the best. It was the best. It's still in my bottom 10, but you guys will find out why. Number 7, the main dish of the Filipino is the adobo. Okay, it's if you guys, a lot of you guys know what adobo is. You have chicken adobo, you have pork adobo. Whenever she would cook adobo, I would see it. Oh yes, here comes the rice. Oh yes, of course, and um, you know, just indulge in the great taste of adobo. Right. Number 6, every morning, or mostly every morning, when I before I get ready to go to school, the most favorite Filipino dish, of course, or the favorite Filipino cooking is the garlic fried rice. Whenever I would, wake up, if I could smell the garlic frying, I can't wait to get dressed and go to the kitchen table and actually eat some fried rice and some eggs and some sausage and some whatever that was on that table, and I would just eat the fried rice. Hmm. And that's when I was introduced to fried rice, was through my Lola. And yeah, she made the best fried rice ever. Sometimes she would mix the egg in the fried rice. Oh, So good. So good. Right? All right. So that's my number six. So six, seven, eight, nine, 10. We are done. Fried rice, adobo, dinigoan, sinigang, and pancit. All right. Here are my top five, you guys. My top five. The first one at number five is lumpia Shanghai. Who doesn't love lumpia in Shanghai? But when my grandmother made it, oh my gosh, it was unbelievable. And I couldn't stop eating it and eating it and eating it. I couldn't stop picking it. I didn't eat it with rice. When I was a kid, because I was in with the American culture, right? But my parents, they wanted me to eat rice and rice this, rice that, rice in the morning, rice in the, I'm not like that. I just, whenever I seen lumpia, oh gosh, you better be ready. You better make a lot of lumpia in Shanghai because that is about to be, oh, gone, in a few minutes. And whenever my grandma made it and just put it in the sweet and sour sauce, uh, I'm in heaven. All right, then number four. Right. Uh, I totally missed this from her. Totally missed this from her. Her spaghetti was really good. Her spaghetti was really, really good. I don't know what kind of magic she put on spaghetti, right? So you go to a, well, I've tasted some bad spaghetti before. I tasted some bad spaghetti before. But when my grandmother made it, oh my gosh, I don't know what magic I don't know if it's a sauce. I don't know if it's so much cheese she put on it. I don't know if it's so much beef she put on it. It was just beautiful in my mouth. I couldn't stop eating. You know how spaghetti is heavy in the stomach? Whenever you would eat her spaghetti, it was like you didn't even think you were full because it was so good. Whew. Her spaghetti was really good. Her spaghetti was really good. I forget if she would put, yeah, she would put hot dogs like every Filipino would, but you you wouldn't think that. You wouldn't think that with her spaghetti because once you taste it, it was just unimaginably good. It was really good. Um, Number three. Oh gosh, this was the best. This was the underground thing right here. This is my favorite part of the chicken. Favorite part of the chicken. Whenever I get fried chicken, I always have to start here. You guys already know what I'm talking about. It is the chicken skin. When she would cook this, over here in the Philippines as a snack, diba? Street food, chicken skin. She would cook this. Oh, there was one part I would love, and I don't know why there are so many parts when she would cook this. I'm like, how many chickens did that? But anyways, um, it was the pork butt. The tip. Oh my gosh! I seen that in the. I can't even talk. I can't even talk. And the funny thing is they would say here if you like the chicken, but you're very madaldal. But I'm speechless right now. Whenever I think about it, or if I would see it, when I would see that and put it in my mouth, I'd be dumbfounded. I would be dumbfounded. I couldn't believe how delicious that part is, especially when she cooked it. Especially when she cooked it. Um, Chicken skin. Oh yeah. Whenever this came out, Get the rice ready, get the pinggan ready. I was ready to throw down whenever I seen chicken skin, especially when my grandmother made it. Ah, she made it so good and so. Hey guys, if you like chicken skin, don't do too much because yeah, uh, your cholesterol is gonna go raising in high levels there. But when I was a kid, I didn't care about cholesterol. Who cares about that? Now I care about it when I'm old and older and getting up there, right? So just watch out. But if you're young, and just eat as much as you guys can, right? Chicken skin from her was the best. It was not salty. It was just fried the best way. It was crunchy, and some parts were soft. Oh my God. I miss you, Lola. I totally miss you. Number two, her fried chicken. Over there, fried chicken in the United States, it's really, really popular, right? KFC. Um, we had so many other fried chicken, you know, uh, brands out there. You know, KFC, uh, Church's Chicken, Popeye's Chicken. The funny thing was, we would buy chicken and it was good, from these places. And she was very conscious and everything. And she would, when we would buy Church's Chicken, like 8 piece or 10 piece or something like that. I'm bad, right? And this is, I remember these times. It's like whenever we order a box of the fried chicken from Church's, she would take off the skin. I would eat. I would eat her leftover skin, and I'm like, yeah, I just love Lola. Just taking off the skin, and I'm gonna eat it. Nobody else gonna eat it. Let me eat that right there. But her fried chicken was the best. Her chicken wings, oh shoot. There was this one time I was hungry. I was going to like an Easter gathering or Easter party that we had after church, and uh, I was driving, so I was like, man, right after church, I went home to change. I had some people that was with me, going to the park, um, after church. So I went home, got changed, was a little bit hungry, so I seen the fried chicken that my grandma made there, and I was like, I'm gonna get like maybe 2 pieces, right? It was like chicken wings. Uh, and I was eating on it, and I was like, hey, you got there was like 3 or 4 of them or something like that, or maybe like I had like 3 pieces. And then I gave like 2 of them to them, and I was eating one, and probably like in 2 seconds they came back with bones only. And they were like, "Oh my God, Junior! Oh my God, who cooked that chicken?" I'm like, "My grandma." They're like, "This was the best." Yeah, I think it's the best because in 2 seconds it came out just with the bones. So, um, her fried chicken was really good. I don't know what she would put on there. It was very different. It was very not. I would say not Asian like, but it was her batter for fried chicken was really really good. Um, my fried chicken is really good right now, but I will never miss her fried chicken because that became my favorite food because of her. Um, yeah, whenever fried chicken was in the basket, that's a drainer. It's a strainer. Oh yeah, you better watch out. I was like, gosh, uh, give me some ketchup or banana ketchup, and it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. I didn't need rice when I seen the fried chicken. Uh, her fried chicken was the best. And number one here, um, I mentioned this yesterday in the video. Uh, I love you, Lola, for this. And you made the best ever in this world. Nothing can compare to her kare kare. It was the most complete kare kare. Over here, in the Philippines, they try to. It's everything is just very matipid. Maybe there's like other places it's not, but most of the places I buy kare kare here, it's very matipid. Whenever she would cook this, it was the complete thing, with the beef shank and the uh, the string beans, the tualia, um, everything. The beef, yeah, the tualia, the beef, the tripe, um, the eggplant. Oh, of course, the peanut butter would be in there. So, um, I forgot what else was in her kare kare, but it was the best kare kare I've ever tasted or eaten. I would go to other places, even go to parties. Nothing can compare to her kare kare. Um, I remember whenever I would go home after school or yeah, um, uh, oh my gosh, I don't know if it was after school or after work. I would just go. Yeah, it would be after school actually. When you go to our house, there's like stairs before you go to the house. Whenever when kare kare is in there, and when you smell the kare kare, good kare kare, I could smell it down the stairs. You didn't even have to open the door. I could already smell it. And when I smelled it, right before I would open the door, I would take off my bag, take off my shoes already, or even not even take off my shoes because I'm ready to chow down. I'm ready to get down on some kind of kare. And oh yes, it's time to get ready. When I open that door, I'm going went straight to the rice. I'm going just give me the whole thing, and I'm getting my kare kare. Give me my bagoong. Um, I am getting down, yo. Whenever with kare kare, whenever she would cook the kare kare, I was in heaven. I was in heaven. I can tell you, I was in heaven, yo. I don't know. I may have been in double heaven when I was eating this because it was the best thing I've ever eaten in my whole life. I'm telling you this. This is the number one food, number one Filipino food to me. To me, right? I know one of my friends that used to live there with me, and he was like, "This is the best ever dish I've ever eaten." I'm telling you, mm-hmm. You ain't lying. I've had this ever since I was a kid. You ain't lying. And I don't know what she would put on these things. It was just the best. She was very creative in her cooking. She would always think of different things, even a lot of things. One thing is not mentioned on here is her um, uh, camaron, the shrimp. Oh my gosh, that was the best also. Um, yeah, even her, posset, the squid dish, it was the best, right? So with this being my number one, this is one of the most expensive dishes here. For a Filipino family, she made the best, and I couldn't complain of having one of the best lolas here in the world. And I am very sad that she's gone, and that I'm gonna miss her. And whenever I visited her, she was very sweet to me, and she would cry and everything. And I know she loved me. I know, and she knows I loved her. But I'm gonna miss her a lot. I'm gonna totally miss my Lola, and I thank my Lola Lina for introducing me to the best food. Um, my taste buds changed because of her. Uh, and it changed my perspective of food. And I don't know what to say, y'all. That is why my standard in food it's so very high. Yes, I lived in the U.S. and it's very different. It's very good. But when it comes to Filipino food, my grandma was the best cook. No one can compare. And that is why I have a very high standard in Filipino cooking because of her cooking. I can truly tell you I have tasted the best. And that's why whenever I cook with my friends here, with people that would come over, I want them to think this is the best ever I've ever tasted. I want them to feel the love in every bite. And that's how my grandma, that's how my Lola cooked. You can feel the love. Even maybe she doesn't show it, maybe she doesn't say it, maybe he can't, she doesn't express it. But whenever she cooks, for sure, you can feel the love. This is Amboy, Amboy Philippines channel, and I never did a video like this. 27 minutes. Oh my god, all by myself talking about food. Maybe in the Hugot Talk Series, but nothing like this. It was always. I love you, Lola, and I will miss you, Lola. Your memory will still be in my mind. Rest in paradise, Lola. Thank you for everything. I'm out, y'all. I'll see you guys with another video. With another video tomorrow.